What's up everybody, 24/7Bricks here, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be doing some painting. Now this video I've been highly anticipating and I've been really wanting to paint these figures for ages now, so let's hop straight into it. So in this box here I have a variety of different minifigure pieces that I'm going to be painting in today's video. Now I'm going to be painting 6 of these figures. Specifically we're going to be doing some gunners. So I've got the P2 grunt helmets from Clone Customs, the newer generic heads and some legs, as well as the 2/12 armor or gunner torsos here, and I've got 6 of these, so hopefully this is going to turn out quite nicely. I've sort of got an idea that I wanted to do, and from the lieutenant figure I've tried to do a little sketch of how I wanted to paint these guys. So unfortunately Clone Customs doesn't do a gunner plain white helmet, so I'm going to have to paint everything on the regular ones. So let's just hop straight into it and we'll see what paints we're going to be using in today's video. So we're going to be using the signature color of my Legion. We have the green that we use, we have the Corax white, which is an off-white, we have the Dawnstone grey here, as well as we have the black for detailing for the shoulder pads and stuff like that. Following this, we have the Hobgrot Hide, which is a new paint that I have, so we're going to test it out. So let's just hop straight into painting. So, like in all my painting videos, I like to start from top to bottom, so we're going to start off with the boot. Now a lot of my clones have a grey boot, and I like to keep the style of it, because it's sort of like a generic sort of thing with my Legion. So we're starting off by doing a couple layers of the Dawnstone grey here, just to give it a little bit of strength, so it doesn't scratch away as easily. Now we're going to do a couple layers of this, and see how it turns out. Now, once the paint is dried, we're going to use a pin and just quickly scratch off any unwanted paint, neatening up the lines a little bit more to make it look a little bit more professional. On top of this, I'm going to do some black little dots on the foot of the boot, just to give it a little bit more detail. Now we're going to be moving on to the torso. Now with this specific figure I'm going to be doing something that I'd never really done before, and I'm going to be painting the stomach. Now one reason why I didn't really do this before was because I thought it might be too complicated, but to be honest it's actually really not. If you use a pin and you be very careful with where you're moving the paint around, it's actually quite easy, and hopefully it makes the gunner look a bit more tanky. Now obviously I want to keep the gunner's armor, so with a lot of the torso I'm using a pen to paint it with, and this is going to be really difficult to do a couple of layers on, so I'm only going to do the first layer on camera and do all the other layers off camera, as it is kind of difficult to do a couple layers with the pin, and I don't want this to be too lengthy of a video for you guys to watch. Moving on to the arms, not really much going on. I just wanted to do something a little bit simple. So I'm just doing a green shoulder pad with the black outline as well as the white hand printing. I don't want to go too overboard with detailing the arms as I don't want to mess it up. So I'm thinking simple is probably better in this scenario. Now, after my lieutenant helmet not turning out too great in the last painted video, I wanted to give this particular helmet style another go. So I decided to paint the lower half of the helmet green, and I think it turned out a lot better as I started off using small coats of paint. Now we're going to be moving on to doing the classic gunner helmet style. Using a pin, I outlined where the markings were going to go before doing several layers with a brush, and I think this turned out quite nicely. And now again using a pin, doing a black outlining just to give it a little bit more detail and to define the shape a lot more. And this is us done. Here we are putting all 6 of this gunner squadron together, and I think they turned out pretty sick, to be honest. I really like the detailing on these guys. Even though some of it is pretty simple and some of it is pretty complex, I still think they turned out quite nicely. I think the Hobgot hide was a fantastic choice as it matches Lego's helmet perfectly and they give off the same colour, and you can kind of tell that they are sort of the same figure, even though these ones are custom and I was pretty limited on what sort of details I could provide with these helmets. I'm really happy with how the torsos turned out. I really like the stomach design that I did, making the armor look a little bit more tankier. I also really like the helmet as well. I'm not sure about these 2 lines on the fin. I thought I'd add them as the original helmet has them too, but other than that, I think the helmets turned out quite nicely on some of them, whereas others I rushed it a little bit because I wanted to get this video out for you guys. Now, I'm really happy with how these turned out. These are probably my favourite figures in my entire Legion, if I do say so myself. Let me know down in the comments what minifigure you think is the best looking in my entire Legion. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe if you do like what you're seeing, and let me know down below if there's anything else I can paint for you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.